And hello and welcome to Lennox, South Dakota, as we are in for a great game. Region 4A basketball, a trip to the Sodak 16 on the line. I'm Zach Spear filling in for Michael Schumacher alongside Chad Peterson and Jen Ashley as the Vermillion Tanagers have traveled to take on the Lennox Orioles. And all Vermillion athletics are brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Great banking is built on trust, and trust takes time. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. Again, filling in for Michael Schumacher, but Chad, this is a team that you've watched maybe every game this year. You know the team well. What are you expecting to see in this matchup?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of what we've seen all year. We're going to see a heavy dose of, Trey Hansen, but it's really a team effort for Vermillion. You got Trey, you got Carter Hansen, Luke Jensen, Gabe Larson, and Landon Cerny. They can all shoot the three ball, but it really starts with Trey being able to drive down, create opportunities. He's going to attract a lot of attention. So I think for the most part, Lennox is going to have to find a way to stop him. And if they can do that, then he's going to have to rely on a lot of his teammates to contribute and do a lot of work.
And the one nice thing for Vermillion that just, looking at the numbers, they have three players who all average over 10 points per game. Of course, you mentioned Trey Hansen being such a great player for Vermillion, averaging 20 points per game. But Carter Hansen with 11.5 points per game, along with Luke Jensen, 11.5 points per game. And, other players like Landon Cerny, Gabe Larson, they always have that capability of going off for 10-plus points in a game. But I think, as you mentioned, Lennox is definitely going to be game planning for Trey Hansen, and we'll see if the rest of the Tanagers teammates are up for the challenge and to step up in their place.
I'm sure they will be. They're all ready, and it's always a team effort. And we got a couple guys that come off the bench regularly, too, with Spencer Blanchette and Carson Preister. And those guys are, they're ready to play.
And this is the Carlson's Body Shop of Beersford pregame show, your complete car care center for almost 70 years. As we await the tip-off, we've got 21 minutes here on the warm-up time. I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches in this matchup. But here's a look real quick inside the numbers. For the Vermillion Tanagers, they're scoring 65.5 points per game, and they allow 47.5. That's a difference of their average game. They win by 18 points. On the flip side for Lennox, similar close numbers. They average 62 points per game and allow 46 per game. That difference, their average game, they win by 16 points nearly. Chad, do you think offense or defense? What do you think is the winning combination here for whoever ends out on top?
I think it's offense. I think it's being aggressive, being able to get transition baskets. I think more importantly for Vermillion, it's being able to maybe get a one and done. And get the rebound and get some good transition baskets. Last time, I think it was Boston Katzer. He was averaging, I don't know if he averaged 10 a game. He had 23 against Vermillion in the last game, and they really got to focus on stopping him. But you got Tate Gertis there too. If they can stop Boston Katzer and make him distribute the ball a little bit, I think that'll be a good strategy for Vermillion.
And, of course, tip-off only moments away. As I mentioned, I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches. It's Jacob Hinker of the Lennox Orioles and, of course, Jay Drake for the Vermillion Tanagers. When we return, we'll start with our chat with head coach Jacob Hinker of the Orioles, and as well as when the Crofton Lady Warriors wraps up, we'll also be on our ESPN radio. For now, though, on Vermillion streaming on YouTube, we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Farron Pratt, president of First Dakota National Bank in Vermillion. It's just about game time, so grab some snacks, find your seat, and get ready to cheer on the Tanagers to a victory along with First Dakota. And after the game, when you've had a chance to catch your breath, come on down to First Dakota National Bank and chat with us about how we can win your business too. We've got a pretty impressive team, if I do say so myself. But for now, it's game time. Let's go Tanagers!
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. I'm Zach Spear. Now I'm chatting with Lennox head coach Jacob Hinker. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Coming off a win last night, so we're 1-0 right now in the postseason and feeling pretty good right now. How about you?
I'm doing good, and as you just mentioned, your team coming off of a win. You're the number 2 seed in Region 4A. Could you tell me about your season up to this point?
So at the end of the season, we always take a little bit of time to at least celebrate a little bit what we accomplished throughout the regular season. And we went 16-4, and we're really happy when you see 16-4 on paper. Now, there were some ups and downs that happened with any part of the season. We went through a few lulls, a few stretches there where we weren't playing very well. And even in some of those stretches that we weren't playing very well, we found ways to win games. So we were actually very content and very happy about how the regular season went, while also understanding that none of that matters because now you just win or you go home.
And if you had to say there was 1 or 2 things about your team that they do as well as anyone, what would those be?
I would say that we rebound and defend about as good as anybody. We're really, really athletic, and we're very, very strong as well, which bodes well for both of those things.
And now coming up, you take on the Vermillion Tanagers, a SODAC 16 game on the line. Your thoughts on this matchup?
It's going to be a battle. Anytime that you play a region basketball game, regardless of who it is, it's going to be a really good battle. And these guys are also 17-3 and have played really, really good basketball up throughout the whole entire season. So just going in, not really having any expectations for how the game's going to go, besides for the fact of it's going to be a battle from when the ball's tipped until the final buzzer sounds. So it's going to be a really good game.
And could you tell me who are some of the players on your team that we should keep an eye out for in this one?
I would say anyone who really starts or is in the rotation for us is someone to look out for. Obviously, we have our leading scorer, Tate Gertis. He's our leading assist guy, too. So he's always someone who teams are always keying on. You have Boston Katzer, who can go and score at any given time, plays within a role really good. Then you got Aiden Hansen, who can kind of stretch the floor for us, make some threes, attack the rim. And then you go along with kind of our 3-headed monster of our 4 or 5 men of Teagan Buster, Drake Mickelson, and Leighton Smith, who all do a really good job just consistently giving us what we need on a game-to-game basis. And then you got Talon Ike and Cole Spieler, who play spot minutes for us that just bring a different thing for us off the bench.
And what would you really like to see from your guys in this matchup?
I would like to just see extreme effort and physicality from the jump. Again, we just need to really make sure that we take any luck out of what can go into a postseason game. You need luck to win some of these games. You need the ball to roll your way. But we can kind of take out that luck with really good preparation, really good effort, and really good physicality, and that'll help us play to our level. And then that kind of takes away kind of the margin for error and the margin of luck that goes into it.
And ahead of this season, was a SODAC 16 a state tournament? Was that something you thought your team might be capable of? Was it a goal you put ahead of your guys?
Absolutely was a goal. We talk a little bit about how we were state football champs, so we know that we have capability to win games, in any type of athletic event, because when you have athletes, that puts you in a good spot, from square one. But then it's kind of finding the pieces, figuring out how we mesh together, getting better throughout the season. So I guess from the start, we really weren't sure where we were going to look like to start. And we started out well and kind of kept that momentum rolling, and I've tried to continue to get better. So it was a goal at the beginning of the season, and I think we've set ourselves up to try and achieve that right now.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Again, that was head coach Jacob Hinker of the Lennox Orioles. Coming up, our chat with Tanagers head coach Jay Drake.
Are you ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a worth ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Back on our coaches' conversations, now chatting with head coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers. Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Of course, and now in the playoffs, every game from here on out gets more and more important. How do you feel your guys are going to respond to this pressure?
Yeah, like you said, postseason basketball, especially Class A, South Dakota, our region, year in, year out, pretty strong and everything. And, just like the other night with our EPJ, two good teams going at it, and you're just trying to be 1-0 that night. And we know we have our hands full against a very good Lennox team, a team that got us earlier this year pretty good in our gym, but go out, compete, and see if we can't hang around and give ourselves a chance in the fourth quarter.
And your team, a lot of the guys have experience in the state tournament from last year. Your team kind of got a taste for that, probably wants to experience that again. Was that something you felt was something your team could accomplish this year?
Yeah, I think going into the year, we thought we could have a competitive basketball team like any probably program or with any coaching staff or team in the state. You're trying to improve as the year goes on, and you're hopefully playing your best basketball when the postseason rolls around. And for us, you never know from an expectation standpoint, but we've had a solid regular season, done a lot of nice things, but maybe, from a general fan, probably exceeded expectations a little bit. But, we've won 10 games in a row now. I feel like we're playing pretty good basketball. And yet in this game, we feel like it's going to be two very good basketball teams, and realistically probably two state tournament type teams, caliber teams. It just happens to be that we're meeting in the second round, and you have to play well to move on, and we're hopefully going to play our best game of the year because we're going to need that at third place.
And as you mentioned, Lennox, a very tough opponent, your next one. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, they're really good. It's a team now we've seen, I think this is the 5th time in the last 6 years we've met them in the postseason. It always seems to be in the second-round game, and, similar to the last couple of years, they got us pretty good in the regular season the last couple of years. We were fortunate enough to get the postseason one the last few years, and it's a similar setup here, and that we know going to their place, they're a very physical team, very athletic team, and just really a good basketball team. They're well coached. They're tough to guard. They can score in different ways, and on the defensive end, they really limit teams offensively. Their physicality and athleticism presents a lot of problems. We felt probably our poorest game of the regular season was when we played them the first time around. Yet you got to give them credit because some of us playing poor is due to the things they did and the way they played us. But we're going to have to be a lot better. But like anything, we feel if we play to our ability and if we can go out and be us, that we can hang in the basketball game and hopefully give ourselves a chance in the fourth quarter.
And how would you say that your roster compares to theirs?
Yeah, that's the one thing from a length standpoint. We feel we've got a team that's got a little length, but when they're going with the Smith kid and Musser kid, 6'4", 6'5", and then you got Katzer and Gertis at 6'3" each, and they're strong kids. And their group, they play with a lot of confidence. Obviously, they had a very good football season and won the state football title, and I think some of that confidence just from winning that. A lot of these guys were on the state football championship team, and it's kind of carried over into the basketball season, and it's a program with great tradition over the years. We know we have our hands full, and yet it's a region opponent, a DAC-12 conference opponent, and there's no secrets. Like I said, we've played twice a year. It seems like 5 of the last 6 years you're playing in the regular season and then seeing each other in the postseason. And both teams know each other. Both coaching staffs know what the other team wants to do, and you understand their personnel and they understand ours. And now it's getting to the point where you just got to go out, compete, and two good basketball teams going at it, playing hard, and like anything, we feel if we play well, we can give ourselves a chance in the fourth, and then you got to make some plays in the fourth quarter.
And what are going to be the keys to victory in this one?
I got to handle their physicality. That was the big thing, and the first time around, I thought they took us out of some things that we wanted to do offensively. Some of that is due. You got to give them credit. Their physicality kind of took us out of things. The other side of that is we've got to play better. That's the big thing. First time around, it was tied at 14 after the first quarter, and then we went to second and third quarters scoring 8 combined points. We had 3 points in the second quarter, only 5 points in the third, and anytime, I don't care who you're playing, you go a 16-minute span, 2 straight quarters where you're only scoring 8 total points, you're going to have yourself in troubles. We kind of let the game get away from us that first time around. We're going to have to be a lot more efficient offensively, and yet, like anything, we play 7-8 guys in our rotation. And in big games like that, like this, you got to have guys step up and play well. And it's not to put pressure on kids or anything, but we know that we're going to have guys playing well and doing their part to kind of help us in the basketball game.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. Good luck in this game.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll be back in a moment with a great game. It's the Vermillion Tanagers traveling to take on the Lennox Orioles. Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals are your locally owned and operated ready mix and rental companies available in both Yankton and Vermillion. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? You can also get all your hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more for any job you need to get done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals as your concrete and rental equipment headquarters of Yankton and Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Back here on the floor in Lennox, South Dakota. Again, we're moments away from tip-off here. Vermillion Tanagers traveling to take on the Lennox Orioles. I'm Zach Spear filling in for Michael Schumacher, who I'm sure is now tuned in to Vermillion Tanagers basketball, as he was in Lincoln covering the Crofton Lady Warriors. And congratulations to Crofton on third place in the state tournament. They just wrapped up their game not so long ago. And welcome to all of our listeners now on ESPN Radio, FM 101.5. AM 1570. Again, I'm Zach Spear alongside Jen Ashley and Chad Peterson, as both teams have now headed towards their bench. Game time moments away. Lennox Orioles will be wearing their home white jersey and shorts trimmed out in orange and black. And for the Tanagers, they're in all red trimmed out in black and white. We'll wrap up here our Carlson's Body Shop of Beersford pre-game show. Your complete car care center for almost 70 years. And starting lineups, national anthem, tip-off, moments away. Chad, now we see the crowd. Vermillion has traveled well. It's not too far to go, but there's a lot of red here. I almost see more red than I do orange, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I think so too. And Vermillion is, they do always travel well, and we're going to have a fired-up crowd in front of us tonight. We might have some people standing up in front of us where we can't even see.
Well, we'll hope that's not the case, but excitement definitely gets the better of some people, and I think today we are in for a great matchup. Again, the numbers, they score pretty similarly. Vermillion scores about 4 more points per game, but Vermillion gives up 1.5 more points per game. I mean, it just doesn't get much closer than that, and this should be back and forth. We might be coming down to the final play of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think so too. As long as either team can stay within 10 points, 3-possession game, you're going to have a fun finish for this game.
Absolutely, and there's the buzzer sounding here, signaling the end of the warm-ups. Of course, we'll have our national anthem, and we will keep it here for the national anthem and starting lineups. And here is your national anthem.
Veterans active duty military, not in uniform, may salute the flag. Tonight, the anthem will be sung by the Lennox High School principal, Chad Allison. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. Oh, sing
And here on the floor, I think I heard one of the principals of Lennox actually performing our national anthem did a nice job here on the floor as they raised the giant flag they had at the center of the court. It's time for your starting lineups that are brought to you by Central Farmers Cooperative, driving success for their customers with quality products and services, utilizing strategic partnerships delivered by their dedicated team. We'll start with the Lennox Orioles. 17-4 their record, the number 2 seed in Region 4A, coached by Jacob Hinker. Senior guard at 6'4", it's number 1, Leighton Smith. Senior guard at 6'3", number 4, Boston Katzer. Sophomore guard, 5'10", number 13, it's Aiden Hansen. Number 24, junior guard at 6'3", as you can hear the volume here already, Tate Gertis. And junior forward at 6'5", it's number 25, Tegan Musser. Your starting lineups for the Vermillion Tanagers, 18-3 their record. They come in as the 3 seed in Region 4A, coached by Jay Drake. Senior guard at 6 feet, averaging 7 points per game. Number 12, it's Landon Cerny. Senior guard, 11.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game. Number 24, Carter Hansen. A sophomore forward at 6'5", 11.5 points per game. Number 30, Luke Jensen. Junior guard, 6'1", 6.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game. It's number 32, Gabe Larson. And to round off the Tanagers starting lineup, junior guard, 6'4", number 33, the leading scorer for the Tanagers with 20 points per game. It's Trey Hansen. Their starting lineups again are brought to you by Central Farmers Cooperative, and on our Vermillion streaming on YouTube, we've got our scoreboard that's brought to you by Masaba. For more than 60 years, Masaba has been a trusted leader in American-made conveying, crushing, screening, and washing equipment. We are nearing game time here. Chad, it is already loud, and the game has not even started.
Yeah, it's going to be a raucous crowd, I think, on both sides. So, as long as the crowd stays in it, it's going to be a fun time here.
And a little bit of a rivalry here between the Tanagers and the Orioles, so it should just be a fantastic game. We look forward to it. Again, I'm Zach Spear filling in for Michael Schumacher alongside Chad Peterson and Jen Ashley. Meeting at the center circle is Carter Hansen for the Tanagers and Tegan Musser for the Orioles. Musser at 6'5", and Carter Hansen 6'3", a 2-inch height advantage going Lennox's way. The official blows his whistle at center court. Ball tossed up, this game underway. Tip is controlled by the Tanagers. They'll start with the basketball here, moving left to right in their all-red jerseys. Trey Hansen moves it up. He's doubled immediately. Ball on the hardwood and nearly taken the other way. Now a steal and a turnover. Tate Gertis ends up with it in his hands. He'll drive up to the elbow. Brings it back out beyond the perimeter. And now you hear the defense chants from the Tanagers again. They traveled well here to Lennox. The three-point attempt, Tate Gertis, it's a swish. The first shot for the Lennox Orioles falls a triple. 3-0 your score.
That's a good start for Lennox because Tate Gertis was not really a factor in the first meeting. So really good start for Lennox.
And I'm sure they're happy to have him early as Carter Hansen wants to drive it down low. Hard off the glass, rebound goes Leighton Smith. Orioles take it the other direction. They move it right to left. Carter Hansen nearly got a hand on that one. Katzer drives baseline, kicks it out beyond the perimeter. Three-pointer here. Tate Gertis wanted another. He can't get it. Rebound goes Landon Cerny. Tanagers with the basketball. A chance to tie it or bring it within one. As now driving Trey Hansen. He's fouled.
That's what we talked about. Trey coming down the lane, trying to create opportunities, and got the foul on that play.
Going to garner a lot of attention when he averaged 20 points per game. The foul's on Boston Katzer, his first personal, first team. Trey Hansen back with it in his hands after the inbound. Drives it, kicks it out, but that one going to be stripped away, and now a foul on the Tanagers. Turnovers right now an issue for this Tanagers offense.
Yeah, a lot of contact under the basket, no call, but then loose ball foul on the Tanagers there.
And Trey Hansen will pick it up, his first personal, first team, one on each side, 6:30 to play in the first quarter. Lennox leads 3-0. Up to the top of the key, Tegan Musser has it, swings at Gertis. Gertis, his third 3 attempt of the game. He's 1 for 3. Offensive rebound, Katzer down low, they drive it. No good on the shot. Tanagers pull it in.
Great job by Luke Jensen underneath contesting that shot and causing the missed basket.
And then he also pulled in the rebound, just a great defensive play. And speaking of Luke Jensen, he goes up with it, shot denied, keeps it in his hands. I'm not even sure if it's technically a shot attempt or if the ball was just stripped away. Trey Hansen had a cutter down low, and Luke Jensen's pleading his case, saying his arm was grabbed. We won't get a foul called here. As play continues, it looks like they're going to let him play on each side here. And that's usually how it goes in playoff basketball. I like that kind of play.
Yeah, I think they're going to let him play a little bit, but as we say that, that's a travel.
Boston Katzer took a step. Maybe it just kind of slid a little bit with his pivot foot. Either way, Tanagers get a much-needed turnover. Their offense in the first 2 minutes so far have yet to score. They trail 3-0. Trey Hansen with the basketball. Swings it to Gabe Larson. Larson gets a screen, picks up his dribble beyond the perimeter. Carter Hansen pump fakes way downtown, and now he's called for a travel.
Same thing. He took a step before he put the ball down, and you're going to get done that almost every time you're going to get called.
Absolutely. So we just saw back-to-back, pretty much same play. One for Lennox, one for Vermillion. So Orioles back with possession. Take Gertis to the elbow. Now it's Katzer beyond the arc. He works against Gabe Larson. On the near side perimeter, Aiden Hansen up top. Katzer back with it. 17 to shoot, moves into the lane. Trying to find something, dumps it out. Aiden Hansen with it as he's going to get fouled here. And I believe the foul is going to go against Landon Cerny. It is his first personal, team second. 5:12 to play in the first quarter. We have a low-scoring one here, as we were talking offense might be, but the start of this one has been all defense.
Yeah, it definitely has, and I'm sure that once the offense starts clicking, you're going to probably see some points.
Now down low, working on the post. Off the glass, no good. The shot there from Musser, but he's able to tip it out. Gertis thought about the way downtown three. Drives into the lane, to the rack. He's fouled. Couldn't get the shot to fall. But all of a sudden, the Tanagers with 3 team fouls already in the first.
Yeah, it could be a big difference if they get in foul trouble and they have to sit a couple guys, and then Lennox is going to have the opportunity to shoot free throws.
And they've got it as the player number 2. We don't have a number 2 on the floor. Vermillion doesn't have a number 2 on their roster. Not sure the foul's on. First free throw does fall for Gertis. Gertis now with all 5 points here for the Tanagers. As we'll look at the scoreboard, try to match up, see who number 2. Okay, so that's Carter Hansen is 2 on their scoreboard, but he's number 24 on the floor. So Carter Hansen picks up his first personal. Tanagers with it, and it is Carter. Cerny kicks it out. 3-pointer. Tanagers, it's good.
Like to see that from Luke Jensen, being able to hit that outside jumper.
Luke Jensen, money on the jumper. Brings it back within a 1-possession game. 5-3, 4:30 to play in the first quarter. Up top, the Orioles. Leighton Smith with it to Katzer. Katzer drives it down low. Thought he had a seam. Instead kicks it out. The answer 3 on the other side. Rims around and no. Carter Hansen the rebound. Hansen drives it into the free throw line. Cerny for the lead. Left it short. Gertis pulls it in, moving up ahead forward as Leighton Smith lost it out of bounds. I think he was going for the dunk.
I think he was going in for the dunk too, and he just lost control of the ball and turned over to the Tanagers.
Now for him, I bet his coach probably not too thrilled. He had kind of an easy layup. He wanted to get a little flashy with it. I'm sure his coach would prefer a 4-point lead.
He definitely would, and I'm sure he'd like to have that back.
And Leighton Smith does head to the bench now. As we were just talking about that. Halfway through the first quarter, it's 5-3. Tanagers trail the Orioles. It's been a defensive masterclass, I want to say, already from each side. Carter Hansen with the basketball. Way beyond the arc. Moves it up. Has it taken the other direction. Boston Katzer has Trey Hansen, the Euro step, and a nice layup. An impressive play there.
Great move. Great Euro step.
Trey Hansen wants the answer. He's fouled. Boston Katzer clearly disagreeing, but that's only team foul 2 on Lennox.
That's the one thing you're going to see with Trey Hansen. He looks out of control, but he's completely in control.
So Trey with his chance for the first points in the game for him. can bring it within 2 at the free throw line. First is up, and it goes. Coming in for the Orioles here, we see Cole Spieler. We have not seen the Tanagers with a substitution yet. And one keynote I talked about with Jay Drake, he said his Lennox last time was just too physical, as Trey Hansen knocks down the second, 7-5 now. But he said Lennox just too physical, and right now they're playing very physical on defense, and so far it's been to their benefit. Spieler with it. Now the handoff. Gertis steps it back out. Musser to Hansen. Aiden Hansen picked up his dribble, has to find somebody, gets it right back. Works against Trey Hansen, now down low, and a foul called on Landon Cerny.
Yeah, they're letting them play to a certain extent, but Landon just tried to reach around and swat the ball away and got him with the body.
An aggressive defensive play. Cerny picks up his second personal. He'll head to the bench. Tanager's fourth foul, and coming in is 13, Spencer Blanchette.
So yeah, Spencer's quick, and he's got some good hands out there, too, so he spells Landon very well.
4 points per game he averages, and 1.5 rebounds per game. Definitely not someone who doesn't get a lot of playing time. Driving to the rack, no good. Second opportunity fouled is Tegan Musser. All of a sudden, Tanagers have 5 fouls with over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Foul goes against Trey Hansen, who now picks up his second personal. Tanagers are going to want to, that could become an issue.
It definitely could, and free throws are going to be to the advantage of the Orioles here in the first quarter if we continue to foul, but Trey thought he had all ball on that one.
Tegan Musser knocks down the first of 2 free throws. His second attempt here, as that was his first point of the night, and he goes 2 for 2. That makes it 9-5, still a 4-point game. It's kind of felt like Lennox has controlled this game, but Vermillion finds themselves in it. So if they can kind of get that momentum, you'd love to see what they can do. Trey Hansen, what a move! Answers the 2 points. His first field goal, he's up to 4.
Yeah, great move down the lane and create his own opportunity.
And that is something I've seen him do well. He does create his own offense. It's down low, the Orioles move it, and now picking it up. Whistle blows, a travel called on Drake Mickelson. Mickelson at 6'5", one of the taller players on the floor, but Tanagers now a chance to tie it or take the lead.
Yeah, great possession there.
And we just said, they can get some momentum, maybe get the lead before the first quarter wraps up. Blanchette with it, moves it up to the top on the far side. Now to the hands of Gabe Larson, who moves it. Driving, baseline, low jumper, bounces around, no good, knocked out of bounds. The shot was from Luke Jensen, and they're going to say last touch by the Tanagers, Orioles basketball. The fight for the rebound, those are always so hard to see who last touched it.
Yeah, a lot of arms flailing down there. Not sure who it was out on, but they obviously had a better view than we did.
Curtis with it. Swings it out, three-pointer here. Talon Ike, no good. Trey Hansen pulls it in.
Yeah, Lennox just cannot get the 3-ball to fall.
Down low, Spencer Blanchette had it open. Couldn't corral the pass. Would have been an easy 2 for the tie. Blanchette, though, now trying to make up for it on defense. A sticky defender not giving him the Orioles much room. Now with it on offense, Talon Ike swings it over Gertis. Gertis had the scoring started with a triple early. Ike pump faked it. Gertis, another 3-pointer attempt. That one good.
Yeah, like we said, he was not a big factor in the first game, but he's making his presence known early here.
Up to 8 points already, Tate Gertis. It's something the Tanagers are going to have to stop here as Carter Hansen with the basketball. Now Trey with it. Trey's had a nice game already. He drives through the contact, launches it out of bounds, but last touch by Lennox. Another situation. I love both teams always, signaling their way.
Oh, it's always our ball.
Always
right?
always our ball. That's exactly right. 81 seconds to play in the first. 12-7. Lennox currently leads the Vermillion Tanagers. Driving baseline. Carter Hansen. Nice outlet pass. Blanchette had a good look. Couldn't get it to fall. Gertis launches it way up ahead. Trey Hansen nearly the steal. Did he save it? They're gonna say
it looked like he bounced it right off of the Orioles' leg, but they're gonna say no.
They're going to catch a little flack from the Tanagers side. You wonder, though, if his
They're
foot...
going to look at it? Nope.
Wonder if his foot might have been touching.
Maybe.
Was a great hustle play nonetheless, but Orioles basketball 12-7 here. They'll inbound it. Going down low, no good on the shot, and now a foul from Tegan Musser. Tegan Musser, I mean, that seemed kind of like a frustration foul. Thought he maybe should have had the bucket, just kind of swatted hard at the basketball. Instead, he got it Tanager's arms, knocked him to the floor. And that'll be team foul 3 on Lennox, the first personal for Tegan Musser. Under a minute to play here. Tanagers basketball.
Yeah, you don't want to say must have a basket on this possession, but you kind of do.
Does feel like one you got to come away with points after the stop. Carter Hansen moves it up to the elbow. Working against the defense. Lennox has been good so far on that side of the floor. An open look, Gabe Larson for 3. He's got it. Gabe Larson knocks home a 3. His first score. We're back to a 2-point game. 12-10 under 30 seconds to play. No shot clock. Lennox can take the final shot of the first quarter if they choose to do so.
Yeah, definitely a big basket there.
That one felt like it just got the Tanagers right back in it, even if Lennox scores here. So with it, Tate Gertis fires it, corner, driving baseline, down low, Spieler kicks it out, a 3-point answer, no good, but an offensive rebound. Musser again misses his next opportunity. He does get to go. Tanagers will not get a shot off before the end of the first quarter. 14-10, Lennox leads the Tanagers. You're watching and listening live to Tanagers basketball on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Slumberland Furniture in Yankton, the place to shop for your next new mattress. Find brands like Stearns & Foster, Nectar, and the hottest selling mattress, Purple, measured for your comfort and a dream-laden night's sleep. There's the new Adapt by Tempur-Pedic as well. Slumberland Furniture has Flex Steel furniture too, comfy and classy. That's Slumberland Furniture, 2401 Broadway, Yankton.
Returning to the floor in Lennox, South Dakota, we have got an exciting game here. 8 minutes in, 24 to play. 14-10, Lennox currently leading the Vermillion Tanagers, and it has been less of a high-scoring one as Tanagers pacing for 40 points, Orioles pacing for what would be 56. Of course, that can change at the flip of a hat, and Lennox starts with the basketball here to start the second quarter of play. They move it right to left in their home white jerseys. Gertis with it. He's been good, 8 points. Swings it, corner 3. Cole Spieler, no good. Tanagers pull in the rebound. Luke Jensen, great positioning.
Yeah, one and done. That's very important for the Vermillion to not let second chance opportunities for the Orioles.
That is, and we were just talking as we took that break, that is something the Tanagers, you've got to get those rebounds. Ball knocked out of bounds, kicked out looked like by Gertis. Tanagers keep possession, still 20 on the shot clock, plenty of time to shoot. You'd like to see him set up a nice offensive set, maybe use that shot clock, come away with the bucket here. Cerny gets it into Trey Hansen near the half-court line. Gertis tried to poke a hand in, but that time it's heading the other way as Trey Hansen lost it. Up ahead, the layup no good for Lennox. They get us a rebound and then the foul.
I think that's going to be on Gabe Larson, I think.
If it is, that is only his first personal. The nice thing is Gabe Larson is one of the players who didn't have a foul, so his first personal, first team foul, and to the free throw line is Tate Gertis. He has a chance to get up to double-digit points at the line, now at 9. And, you know, a great player for the Orioles. As you said, though, against the Tanagers the first time, wasn't much of a factor. He's definitely been here so far today.
Oh, he definitely has, and I'm sure he had something to prove, so he's going to come out and show this team that he's going to be a factor for sure today.
In 10 points in the first 9 minutes for him, it's been a good one. 16-10, Trey Hansen way downtown off the back iron as it touched the support of the basket, so it will be a dead ball. Trey Hansen with the confidence there. I'm not sure Coach Drake wanted to see that shot coming.
Yeah, I don't know the 30-footer might be the shot selection they wanted, but they've gone in for him.
Tate Gertis finds himself wide open, can't bury the three. Trey Hansen pulls it in, moves it down the floor. Brings it in the three-point line. He gets stopped. Into the hands now of Larson. Larson, the layup is good.
Oh, that's Landon Cerny.
Landon
Great
Cerny,
job.
excuse me, not Gabe Larson.
They look alike.
Similar numbers, too, as he got 32 and 12 on the floor. As now Gertis has the basketball, brings it in the three-point line.
Great defense by Carter Hansen.
That it is, and they're
got
going
him on the arm.
They're going to say a foul there on Carter Hansen. As Hansen will pick up his, I believe, second. Yep, his second personal team second. First free throw is good there for Gertis. Gertis, another free throw. Now he's up to 12 points. I mean, he's been good. Hats off to him, but the Tanagers, anything but out of this. Plenty of game time, down 18 to 12 is the score. Pump fake, drive, too much on it from Carter Hansen. He'll pick up a foul again, and that one, yeah, pretty hard to not call when you knock a body to the floor.
Yeah, and that's a frustration foul for Carter because he had point blank layup, and he knows he probably should have made it, but just tried to make a little too much out of the offensive rebound or defensive rebound there.
Yep, sometimes you just got to let it go and head back to defense. So Hansen, now the issue with Carter Hansen is he just picked up foul number 3 in the game. That's team foul 3 against the Tanagers in the second quarter. 6:17 to play still. And that was a big thing we noted. That could be an issue, and it was a little bit of an issue in the first. Yeah, it's kind of trending in the second as well. So with it are the Orioles. They've got a 6-point lead. They tried driving it, got stopped on that. Boston Katzer with it, swings it out. Gertis, the pump fake, wants to drive, fights their contact, offensive foul.
Yeah, Spencer had position underneath and drew the charge.
And you love that defensive effort, not afraid to hit the deck if it means your team's getting the basketball. Tate Gertis picks up his first personal, first team for Lennox. (18-12). Tanagers could really use a bucket here. Offense has not come too easy in this one, but it's been a defensive game on each side. Trey Hansen finds some spacing. Nearly had the layup. He's fouled. That would have been a highlight play had it gone in. It rimmed all the way around just to go out.
Yeah, that was kind of a circus shot from the hip, but just rimmed out, but he's going to get a couple shots here.
Tegan Musser with the foul, his second personal, second team. And as you said, sometimes he looks out of control, but clearly he knows what he's doing as he nearly had the and one. Knocks in the first free throw. Trey Hansen now up to 5 points in the game. He averages 20, so not surprised to see him getting the scoring started as he goes 4 for 4 to start. And now whistle blows. Is it a timeout by Drake, or is it is? So we'll get a timeout called by Coach Drake of the Tanagers. And the timeout's brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Just a 30-second, we'll keep it here. Murph's Appliance is a family-owned discount home appliance store based in Vermillion, South Dakota. Murph's Appliance serves customers in Vermillion and the surrounding area with low prices on home appliance products and top-notch customer service. They can help you select your new home appliance purchase at any budget and look forward to seeing you. And again, Chad, this game, I hate to say it again, but it does feel like Lennox has kind of controlled the pacing of the game, but Vermillion still finds themselves within striking distance. It's only a 4-point game, and if you can keep it that close, well, it kind of feels like you're maybe not playing up to what you can. Feels like if you can, start picking up the pace, some really good things could happen on the floor for the Tanagers.
Oh, I totally agree, and it's making slight adjustments as you go, and Jay Drake is one of the best about making adjustments, and I'm sure he's going to try and figure out how to put a hand in the face of Tate Gertis at some point. You have to slow him down.
And Gertis with it, he'll swing it out to Katzer. Katzer was a problem for him last time, hasn't done that much in tonight's game. Down low, a good look in the bucket. Tegan Musser fights through it. A tricky one, he gets to fall. That makes it 20-14, 5:23 to play in the first half. Tanagers trail, they've got the basketball. Gabe Larson over to Trey Hansen. Trey looks to drive it. He gets stopped on the baseline, and he's called with a travel. Trey thought he should have a foul. Instead, it's going to be a turnover on the Tanagers.
Yeah, he went to pass it, and I think he just drug his back foot on that one.
And you wonder if he maybe did that just before the contact, because there was contact.
Yeah, definitely.
And, I think a lot of people thought, either way, though, if that foot does move it, that is the correct call for a travel then. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Orioles basketball, they lead 6. Cross court they go, Leighton Smith. Smith brings it out. Katzer now with it. To the top of the arc. Spencer Blanchette got a hand on it. Nearly a turnover there.
Almost looked like a double dribble.
And instead we get a three-point attempt here. Aiden Hansen a swish. Lennox building momentum as they lead 9. It's 23-14. Tanagers needing a bucket here. In the corner, Luke Jensen with it. Up top, Blanchette. Blanchette, jab step. Up to the free throw line, Cerny. Cerny will hand it off, Luke Jensen. Jensen at the elbow, drives it. Floater, he's fouled.
It's nice to have your 6'5" forward center be able to handle the ball like a guard.
That it is. And, a sophomore, so Tanagers are going to see a lot more out of him in the coming years as well. But a starter, 11.3 points per game as a sophomore, an impressive player. At the free throw line, he knocks down the first. He's up to 4 points. He knocked down a triple earlier, and as you mentioned, 6'5", he's shooting threes, handling the ball well. That's hard to stop on the other side of the floor. Goes 2 for 2.
Yeah, it's good to see him hit free throws, too, because those are going to be very important as we get down to the last minutes of this game, I think.
That brings it within 7, 23-16. With it here, Leighton Smith for the Orioles. Works against a Luke Jensen who's sagged off on defense. Gertis now with it. They've just gone between Smith and Gertis as Smith found some room, gets cut off there. Great defense by the Tanagers as Katzer just lines up the three. He'll shoot it a hand in his face, but it's good anyways. You can't do anything about that. You had good positioning on defense, and now Trey Hansen thought he was fouled, and not sure why he didn't pick up the basketball. Kind of let it go to the half court. It's going to be a backcourt violation. That was kind of a odd play, I thought there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Trey was thinking there. He thought if he picked it up, it might be a travel or a double dribble or something like that.
That's what I
really
wondered,
don't know.
if he thought it was a double dribble, if he picks it up and dribbles, but
I think it was tipped away from him, so I don't think that was relevant.
Odd play nonetheless. Orioles basketball here on the floor. Katzer with the basketball. Gets a screen, wants to drive it baseline, pass deflected, and right now I really like what I'm seeing from Spencer Blanchette off the bench. He seems to be involved in every defensive play.
Yeah, he's got quick hands, and he knows exactly where the passing lane's going to be, so he does a great job out there.
Katzer inbounds it for the Orioles as Blanchette knocked it out of bounds, losing the basketball. Got a hand on it. He is just making life miserable for whoever he's defending. Unfortunately, Lennox just been knocking down contested shots. Now they move it to the elbow. Musser wants it off the front rim, goes out of bounds, last touch by the Tanagers.
And again, Spencer Blanchette right in there creating havoc for the Orioles.
Blanchette only 5'9", he's listed at as a sophomore guard. And down low against a Musser who's 6'5", still made it uncomfortable for him. Gertis with it, 30 on the shot clock for the Orioles. They've got plenty of time. They'll go for the three. Aiden Hansen, no good. Musser, another offensive rebound here for the Orioles. Gertis gets it down low. Mickelson to Musser. Musser goes up with it. Shot looked like it was denied, but he somehow held on and got the bucket to fall. And now we'll have a 30-second timeout called by Coach Drake of the Tanagers. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in a moment here on ESPN Radio and Vermillion, streaming on YouTube.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
As we return, the buzzer sounds. Coach Drake calling his second timeout. He's got 3 remaining. Coach Hinker on the other side has all 5 here. But usually you're up 12 points. You're not going to be calling too many timeouts. Tanagers need to get things rolling here. It's 28-16, 2:45 to play in the first half. They've got the basketball. Trey Hansen. Now up top, Spencer Blanchett swings it out. Cerny thought about the three, decided against it. He'll swing out. Luke Jensen lines up the three off the front rim. Fight for the rebound. Cerny ends up with it. Goes up strong. Can't get the second opportunity.
Well, second chance opportunity for Vermillion. They just couldn't convert.
And you like to see, the effort, as that one maybe was a backcourt. Thought the basketball touched the other side. We're not going to have it, though, here.
It looked like it.
Cerny gets a hand on it. Trey Hansen launches it, saves it somehow. Up ahead they go. Luke Jensen. What a play. Jensen finds himself open for three, left it short. What a play that was on the defensive side. Trey Hansen, full effort, just couldn't get the three to fall on the other side. Tanagers fighting hard. They need those shots to go, though, to get back into this one. Down low it goes. Aiden Hansen. Shot denied and stripped away. Trey Hansen the steal. Moving coast to coast. Hansen's got it. Trey Hansen brings it from one side of the court to the other. Brings it back down to a 10-point difference. Katzer Blanchett got a hand on it, out of bounds.
And that was a basket that Vermillion really needed for Trey. And Trey was going coast to coast. He didn't even look to pass that ball.
He knew as soon as that ball hit his hands, he knew what he was doing, and he did it well. 90 seconds to play in the first half, 28-18. Lennox currently leads the Vermillion Tanagers. Up top here with it. Gertis, the deep three, rims in and out, and the Tanagers, a sigh of relief that didn't go in. It was good defense as Cerny pump fakes a three, kicks it out. Wide open, Gabe Larson, back iron. Another good look for the Tanagers. They are just not falling tonight.
Yeah, he had a wide open look and just could not convert, and Lennox is going to take a timeout here.
Another timeout called this time by Coach Hinker of the Lennox Orioles. Another Murph's Appliance timeout. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Returning on the floor here. 1:07 to play in the first half. Tanagers trail 28-18. The timeout was called by Coach Hinker of the Orioles. Lennox here has gotten the double-digit lead, and Vermillion, they'd love to bring it back in before we head to halftime, but as we mentioned, Jay Drake, you mentioned he's just good at making adjustments. Love to see what he's going to talk about at halftime, but a couple key points is keep the fouling down, which they have actually since the start of this second quarter, have definitely done a nice job, but that offensive rebounding that they're allowing for Lennox, they'll need to cover that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get some action on the offensive boards and defensive to eliminate so they don't have second chance opportunities.
And that's been the difference in this one. Here's Cole Spieler, drives the baseline, he'll travel. And the refs are on top of that travel here tonight. You don't see that too often. I think we're up to 4 or 5 here in the game.
Yeah, he spun on his pivot foot, but I think his pivot foot was moving a little more than it should have.
And the nice thing is, though, I will say, those travels, it's been very evenly called back and forth between the two, so as long as they're being even, they've done a nice job here on the floor. Trey Hansen, way downtown, money!
That's what Vermillion needed.
That's exactly what they needed. It's under 10 points, the deficit, 28-21. 30 seconds to play here. Orioles with it. It's about a 1 second difference between shot and game clock. Tanagers do not want to give up any points here. Up ahead, Tegan Musser with it. Now Tate Gertis. Gertis nearing the three-point line. He'll give it up. 8 seconds to shoot here. Orioles with the basketball. Aiden Hansen brings it in, and an offensive foul.
That's a big call for Vermillion. Got 3.4 seconds, and they can still get a chance to get a basket here.
If they get a bucket, they will have some momentum in halftime. Leighton Smith gets called with, no, it was Drake Mickelson. They just changed it on his first personal, team's fourth. And now Lennox with more team fouls in the second quarter than Vermillion, who has not fouled since the 6:13 mark. Trey Hansen gets it in, half court. It's up in time. Just barely put too much on it. An exciting game here in Lennox. It's 28-21 as we enter our halftime. Our halftime report coming up, brought to you by Fast Auto Glass. We'll take a break here. We'll be back in a moment with some halftime stats and everything Vermillion Tanagers basketball in a moment on ESPN Radio, FM 101.5, AM 1570, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermillion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermillion.
Remember the Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's doubled with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, baby, I got a great idea for your next commercial. You're in a jungle with a dinosaur, looking for an outlet for your vacuum.
A dinosaur? No, I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning. You know, like office buildings, ensuring happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
Commercial buildings? I think I can work with that, Jerry. I'm gonna make you a star.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
As we return for our Fast Auto Glass halftime show, Fast Auto Glass, an auto glass and window care company. All of their work is insurance approved and guaranteed. On the floor, it's 28-21 at the half. Tanagers currently trailing the Lennox Orioles. I'm Zach Spear, filling in for Michael Schumacher, who I know is watching and listening to this game, hoping for a Tanagers victory, alongside Jen Ashley and Chad Peterson helping out on color commentary. But again, 28-21 your score. Tanagers trailing the Lennox Orioles. Chad, what did you see there in that first half of play?
Well, Lennox definitely has set the pace. Vermillion's probably going to have to come out in the second half and set the pace offensively. But I'd like to see some maybe full court press or some trap defense to maybe create some turnovers. and some transition opportunities for Vermillion.
Absolutely, and one thing we saw, as we mentioned in that second quarter, the Tanagers had 3 fouls in the second quarter with 6:13 to play. They didn't commit any. That was one of the things we said they're going to have to do better. They've got that dialed in. Now the big thing is, can you avoid giving up any more offensive rebounds to the Lennox Orioles? They do have the height advantage. 3 players listed at 6'5". Vermillion only 1 at 6'5". They're going to have to position themselves well, but you wonder if you can force a turnover, you're not going to need to get a rebound.
That's right, and I think we need to start, and I don't know if Jay Drake's going to do this, but I think we start out full court press and see if we can maybe create some turnovers and avoid them getting some open shots at the basket.
One big thing that stuck out to me as well in this game is Carter Hansen right now. He's got 3 fouls in the game, had to be taken out because he's in foul trouble. Only 1 rebound. He has not scored, no assists, and that's an issue for the Tanagers. As for the team, he averages 11.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game. I mean, he leads them in rebounds per game. They're going to need a good second half out of Carter Hansen, but he has got to be out of foul trouble. He's got to play smart. That is the issue. When the Orioles are on offense and they see Carter Hansen down low, you can bet they're going to be driving it, trying to get him to pick up that 4th foul.
Well, I would, if I were the Orioles, I would challenge him every time down the floor and give Lennox credit because they have done a great job on Carter and denying him the basketball and denying him the rebounds.
And it's been a fun game so far. Crowds getting into this 28-21 Lennox leads. Here's your halftime stats for your Vermillion Tanagers. Landon Cerny in this one with 2 fouls, 2 points, and 2 rebounds. Carter Hansen, as we mentioned, 3 fouls and a rebound. Just been a tricky game so far for Carter. Luke Jensen in this one, he's got 5 points, 2 rebounds. Gabe Larson with 1 foul and 3 points. Then Trey Hansen leads the way in scoring, as he does usually. 2 fouls, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. But the story right now at half is the Tanagers are pacing for 42 points, as they're a team who averages nearly 66 points per game. Their defense only allows 47.5, but again, pacing 42 points, their offense is going to have to go. We've seen lots of good looks beyond the arc, and the shots just not falling. Now, if you flip that, but Lennox has also had some good looks not fall too, so you can't just say, oh, well, it's been unfortunate, unlucky for Vermillion, as they both kind of dealt with those shooting woes. We'll see, though. I think whatever team can come out hotter in the second half might have a good chance in this one.
Yeah, Vermillion's going to have to find an answer for Tate Gertis. We've said it a couple times that, he only had 4 points in the first meeting, but he's definitely showed up today, and they're going to have to figure out a way to stop him.
And currently he leads the game in scoring. He has 12, trailed closely by Trey Hansen with 11. About 2 minutes left here on the clock at halftime. It's 28-21. The Lennox Orioles currently on top of the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll take one final break before we have our second half of action, all here on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
At Voyage Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Jordan Kirkman here from downtown Vermillion's American Family Insurance Office. We love being part of the community and want to help with your insurance needs. So stop in today and see me, Jordan Kirkman, sales specialist with Buchelman & Associates, located at 112 West Main Street, or call 605-624-2025. And if you're in Yankton, be sure to stop by our new office there as well. Go Tanagers and go Yotes.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
as the second half of play just about ready to get started. 28-21, Lennox currently leads the Vermillion Tanagers. Tanagers needing a good second half of play. Winner of this game advances to a SODAC 16 game. Loser, unfortunately, that is the end of your season. As Coach Drake had said and we mentioned, both these teams very much teams that could make the state tournament. Just unfortunate 4A is just a tough region to play in.
It's like a mini state tournament.
It really is. Winner of this has a good chance of, making the championship game, it feels like. Tanagers start with the basketball. Carter Hansen in the lane. Turnaround jumper, Gabe Larson, no.
Good open look. Just again, can't get the basket.
So now, Lennox, their first offensive set here of the first half. Downtown, off the one side of the rim. Trey Hansen was going to get the rebound. Instead, he's fouled. And that'll go against Tegan Musser. That might be his third personal.
Yeah, he had good position there, and just Musser came up over the top of him.
It is his third personal. That's one name to keep an eye out for. As now whistle blows, and another foul on Lennox.
That's on Leighton Smith.
And that is a good sign here for the Tanagers, as they'll have the first two fouls on the other side, not on the Tanagers. Down low, Carter Hansen with it. Drives baseline, swings it out. Cerny lines up the three. It's a swish.
That's a good thing to see there. Landon Cerny hitting threes.
On top of that, Carter Hansen getting involved in the play, making the play with the outlet pass up ahead. Back to a 4-point game. It's 28-24. 1 minute into the third quarter of play. Aiden Hansen now to Musser. With it is Boston Katzer. The Tanagers have done a nice job on him today. Katzer left it way short. Knocked out of bounds. No, it's saved. And into the hands of Carter Hansen.
Yeah, great save by Trey Hansen, and Carter cleaned up the mess.
And right now, Tanagers line up a three. Would have made it a 1-point game. Felt like they had the momentum there, especially if that shot falls.
If that goes, that is a big swing.
28-24, 4 points the difference in this one. Lennox looking to score for the first time in the second half here as that pass tipped, knocked away by Gabe Larson. Lennox keeps it, but it gives them a short shot clock. 13 to shoot here. Gertis with it. He just wants the three. Looks like it's off to the side. No good.
Good defensive possession by Vermillion there, and see if we can get a basket.
And what I'm liking from the Tanagers is they're getting those defensive rebounds. Cerny kicks it out. Now Gabe Larson, or Trey Hansen, 32 versus 33. Carter Hansen loses the basketball. Fight for it. It's on the ground. It goes Lennox way. And that, a little bit of a late whistle. You and I are both doing the travel sign.
It was definitely a walk, and we were all trying to figure out if they were going to call it or not.
And now a timeout called by head coach Jacob Hinker of Lennox. His team has not scored in the first 2.5 minutes. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in just a moment.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
In the second half, Vermillion with some momentum. They brought it back within 4. It's 28-24. They've got the basketball as well after the travel for the Orioles. Timeout was called by Coach Hinker. He and Drake now both with 3 timeouts remaining. Cerny inbounds at Trey Hansen. A chance to make this a one-possession game. With it, Luke Jensen gives it up. Carter Hansen thought about the deep three. Decided against it, probably the smart play. Trey Hansen, 21 to shoot here for the Tanagers. Works it into the elbow. A spin move, gets it in and attacks the rim.
Yeah, really good move by Trey Hansen to get the basket. They didn't need a three there, just a basket.
A special play from Trey Hansen, found the spacing, brings it to a 2-point game. Katzer now with it, baseline he goes. Had some space, finds Gertis down low. Gertis, no good!
Gabe Larson with the block.
Larson the block and the rebound. Tanagers a chance for the tie or for, as it's tied up. No lead, but it is tied up. Luke Jensen the bucket.
Yeah, Cerny had the ball knocked away from them and it went right to Luke.
Well, as we mentioned, people are standing up here in the Vermillion side. We've got to stand to even be able to see what's going on the floor. With it here, Lennox, 28 apiece, 4:27 to play in the third quarter. Aiden Hansen with it, moves it up to Leighton Smith. Musser wants to drive it baseline, kicks it up top. Hansen the triple. No good. Rebound, Tanagers.
10-0 run here for the Tanagers going into the last part of the second quarter, so this is a great run for them.
For the lead,
Oh,
no
that's
good.
a foul.
Carter Hansen gets fouled. Another late whistle, but you know what? I'd prefer a late whistle with the correct call than letting it go.
Yeah.
So Hansen heads to the free throw line, a chance for the lead. We can sit back down here. Tanagers got excited.
We said that the crowd, Tanagers travel well, and they have.
And it was not a shooting foul, they're going to say on the floor. So it's the second personal against Tate Gertis. Third team foul. Tanagers not one foul in the third quarter, though. Baseline, Luke Jensen got cut off immediately. Now it's back up top with Trey. Trey, the step back three for the lead off the back of the rim.
Oh, that's a walk, too.
And another travel going to be called. I mean, I don't think I've seen this many travels in a game, but every call on a travel has been the right call.
Absolutely has, and he just kind of got caught up whether he was going to pass it or dribble it, and he walked with it.
And that kind of looked, it wasn't sure what to do with it, so Trey Hansen with it. Another offensive opportunity for the Tanagers to take the lead. They have not led in quite a long time. Trey Hansen with it to the free throw line, kicks it out. Pump faking the three was Jensen. Jensen, the turnaround jumper. The Tanagers in the lead.
Lennox Orioles really need a basket on this possession to stop the bleeding.
That's exactly right. You feel like Vermillion has 100% of the excitement, and you can hear the crowd getting into this one. Boston Katzer has it for the Orioles. Now Aiden Hansen swings it cross court to Musser. Gertis pump fakes it. He has yet to score in the third quarter here. Lines up the deep three for the lead. He takes it right back.
Just as you said it.
The broadcaster's curse. I apologize, Vermillion fans.
It happens to Michael every time, too, so.
31-30. Lennox just took the lead back. 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Trey Hansen nearly lost the basketball. Doesn't get it. Foul is called. That is team foul number 4 on Lennox. 0 on Vermillion. We'll see who it's on.
And again, that's Trey Hansen creating opportunities. And he's either going to be able to draw a foul, get a basket, or pass it off.
The foul goes against Boston Katzer, his third personal. But again, that is the fourth team foul against Lennox. Down low they go. And one! Luke Jensen gets the and one.
What a power move inside by Luke Jensen to not only get the foul, but to continue to get the basket.
2 points, Tanagers the lead, and a free throw coming up.
That kid's going to be something special the next couple years.
I'd love to see him as a senior, what he's going to be doing. At the free throw line, it bounces short. Tanagers still with the lead, though. Tanagers now in the bonus for the remainder of the third quarter of play. Gertis over to Talon Ike. We've only seen 6 players on the floor total for the Tanagers. A little unusual, but in a tight game like this, you want your best players. Gertis left it short. Carter Hansen the rebound. He's been much more involved in this second half, and that's a big part of why Vermillion's doing well.
Yeah, Carter with 3 fouls, still playing aggressive.
And you love to see it. He has not picked up that fourth, and the Tanagers happy to see that. 2 minutes to play in the third. Tanagers up 32-31. They've got the basketball. Trey behind the back, looking for something. Wants to bring it in. Slipped. Was he fouled? They're going to call the travel.
Well, if he slipped, it definitely is a travel, but there might have been a little bit of contact there and there. But you know what? To be fair, they're letting them play.
Yep, that's exactly. They've let them with some contact on each side. Cannot complain. Orioles with it. Katzer gets it down low. Drake Mickelson back out to Katzer at the elbow, moves it into the lane, and now a foul. I think that'll be the first one called against Vermillion in the third. It is. Who's it against?
Gabe Larson, I think. Yep.
It will go against Gabe Larson. His second personal, so no big concern. It's only the first team foul. If you're going to foul, that was a good one on the floor. Katzer for the
what
layup.
a move.
Yeah, that's what you call good defense, better offense.
Yeah, it definitely was a great move by Katzer.
Lennox on top one. Trey lost the basketball, but luckily Cerny was there to pick it up. Carter Hansen up at the elbow, somehow gets it! Carter Hansen, that's his first points of the game, but he's played so well here in the third quarter. Tanagers back up one.
Yeah, he was not going to be denied.
Mickelson, now the scoring has started.
Great pass.
Orioles take the lead right back, 35-34. 60 seconds, Trey Hansen, the triple, no good. Tate Curtis here with it for Lennox, now Katzer with it. Katzer gets a screen, the pick and roll to Mickelson. Pass was deflected, so they couldn't drive. Gertis way downtown, rims in and out. Great positioning and a rebound for Trey Hansen, but throws it away.
He had Carter wide open at the end of the floor. He just
left her short. So about 2 seconds between shot and game clock. Lennox looks like they want to hang on to it and just take a shot as the shot clock will sound. That'll be about when the buzzer sounds to end the quarter. 35-34, so they've got the 1 point lead. They look to just hope for that final shot to fall. Tanagers want the stop. Gertis over to Katzer. Drives it into the lane, and another whistle blowing. And I think, is that on Larson again?
Yes.
Gabe Larson. Yep, he'll pick up his third personal, team second. Again, that's not the end of the world there for the Tanagers. Only 2 fouls, but no shot clock. 8.5 to play in the third. Lennox basketball. Up top, they get it. Gertis. You wonder if he just fires a three. He does. Short. Now a chance for the Tanagers. Fight for the rebound. Ends up with Lennox. Whistle blows with 0.1 seconds.
That's 3 straight fouls on Gabe Larson.
And, well, as I was just saying, nothing of concern. Now Larson with 4 fouls. Now it is a concern.
And here comes Spencer Blanchett.
0.1 second. Are they even able to get a shot off? I mean, can you even punch the ball? I'm not sure if you watch the NBA, but Nikola Jokic almost had a 3-quarter that he punched.
Maybe it depends on who's running that clock, too.
We'll see if they get a shot off.
Advantage, you never know.
Right. Lennox to inbound here. They get it.
Nope.
They say it doesn't count. That'll sound the buzzer. 8 minutes to play. It's a 1 point game. 35-34. Lennox leads the Tanagers. We'll be back. 8 minutes to play. A great game.
For over 40 years, your local heating and cooling contractor has been Larry's Heating and Cooling. How did they stay in business that long? The customers know they stand behind their work. They offer top quality name brand equipment, and no one matches Larry's pricing when compared to the other local Lennox dealers based in Iowa. Larry's is $2,000 less for the same equipment. Not a Larry's customer? When you're ready to upgrade, trust Larry's. Honest prices, no gimmicks, and reliable service. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermillion.
At Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion, they believe a healthy smile opens doors. From routine checkups to cosmetic treatment, their friendly team is there to make your dental experience comfortable and enjoyable. With state-of-the-art technology and a compassionate approach, they ensure your visit is quick and pain-free.
I love my new smile. Thank you, Knutson Family Dentistry.
Knutson Family Dentistry will make your smile shine. Call and schedule your appointment today at Knutson Family Dentistry and discover the difference your smile can make.
8 minutes to play in this one. It is a 1 point difference. Tanagers trail the Orioles in Lennox. Lennox will start with the basketball. And we do see Spencer Blanchett in place of Gabe Larson, who picked up his 4th personal at the end of the third quarter with 0.1 seconds. You wish the buzzer had just sounded real quick.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate, but
that one nearly going out of bounds. Lennox lucky to still have it. As that one's stripped away into the hands of Cerny. Cerny somehow gets it over to Carter Hansen. A great defensive effort. Down low, wide open. Blanchett the bucket.
Man, Carter Hansen saw him cutting down the baseline, and what a great pass.
Carter Hansen, he has not done it scoring so much, but he has made his impact in this second half. Driving the answer layup, no good, but a foul called on the shot. Aiden Hansen has free throws coming up. We'll see who the foul's on.
Spencer.
So Spencer Blanchett. Now luckily that's only his first personal. There's only one player on the floor you don't want picking up a foul, and that's Carter Hansen. First free throw. We're tied up after it goes in. What a game here. Again, glad to fill in. I'm Zach Spear filling in for Michael Schumacher. Couldn't have picked a much better game to fill in for here. As Hansen will take the lead right back for Lennox. You know, we should almost keep a tally of how many lead changes there's going to be here in the fourth quarter.
That might be tough. Maybe Jen Ashley can keep track of that for us.
She looks like she has her hands full. In the corner, three. Luke Jensen left it short.
That might have been partially tipped.
Looked, and it was short, so definitely looked like it was impacted some way. Up ahead, Aiden Hansen with it. He had 2 free throws to give his team the lead. They're up 1 still with possession. Down low they go, Leighton Smith, as he'll travel. Another travel.
I don't think I've seen this many travels in, well, all season, to be honest with you.
I don't think I've seen this many in all of the games I've called this year. I've called all the Bucks and Gazelles, some area games. I think this game has the most travels, as the Tanagers are happy to have that one.
Well, we've seen a lot, just not called.
Right, yeah. Trey Hansen.
Oh, out of control a little bit.
You know, you wonder if that was tipped or if he was trying to flip it out. Aiden Hansen hands it off. Curtis, shot denied! Carter Hansen, the big swat. What a defensive effort by Carter Hansen.
Wow, that was a fantastic play of him holding his ground.
Carter Hansen, the three-pointer and the lead. Bounces around, can't get it.
Oh, Luke.
Another foul on Vermillion. They're up to 2 team fouls in the fourth. It'll be the first personal for Luke Jensen. That's something to keep an eye on here. As I've started a tally for lead changes, we have 2 so far in the fourth. Only 2 minutes in as well.
There'll be more to come.
Yes, there will. Tate Gertis with it. Moves around the perimeter up to Leighton Smith. Leighton Smith has some opening. His pass goes out of bounds. He had a cutter, but the pass just wasn't there. Rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, right between his legs. Nothing they could do there. So good defensive possession by Vermillion.
Tanagers trail by 1. 5:54 to play here. It's 37-36. Tanagers with the basketball. A game that will a great chance it's coming down to the final play of the game. Trey Hansen beyond the arc to the free throw line, trying to find something, swings it out. Jensen, excuse me. Now Trey in the corner, gets an opening and the lead.
Great mid-air adjustment by Trey Hansen to get the basket there.
He is up to 15 points in this one, putting his name on this game.
Yeah, Lennox has done a good job kind of holding him steady.
And right back, they give up the lead with a Leighton Smith layup. And now a timeout. It's a full timeout called by head coach Jacob Hinker. Our timeouts are brought to you by Murph's Appliance, Main Street, Vermillion. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We're going to make sure that we don't miss any of the action here. It's such a good game. We'll take a 30-second break and be back in a moment here on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Farron Pratt, president of First Dakota National Bank in Vermillion. It's just about game time, so grab some snacks, find your seat, and get ready to cheer on the Tanagers to a victory along with First Dakota. And after the game, when you've had a chance to catch your breath, come on down to First Dakota National Bank and chat with us about how we can win your business too. We've got a pretty impressive team, if I do say so myself. But for now, it's game time. Let's go Tanagers!
5:17 to play, 39-38 your score. Lennox leads Vermillion. It has been a defensive effort. You know, it could be whatever team scores 50 ends up with the win in this one, and that's kind of unusual for these teams that both average over 60 points per game.
Yeah, last one with the ball, you kind of sense that a little bit.
5:17 to go. Tanagers trail one, but they've got the basketball. Lots of time. Orioles with 2 timeouts remaining. Coach Drake in the Tanagers with 3 timeouts left. A trip to the Sodak 16 on the line. If you lose, that's the season. And of course, the Sodak 16, you win, you make the state tournament. Tanagers looking for back-to-back appearances in the state tournament. Luke Jensen will give it up to Carter Hansen. Hansen brings it into the elbow. Flips it out. Luke Jensen drives it baseline. Up top, Carter Hansen with some space. Pump faked it. Pump fakes again. Drives it. Kicks it. Jensen goes up. Finger roll, no good, but he's fouled.
Yeah, Carter had a couple opportunities. I thought he was going to take a 3, and he decided to pass it off. But no, good possession here, and Luke just couldn't make the basket.
You know, that second one I thought for sure he's taken after the first pump fake, but got the defender in the air. Kind of probably fooled everybody here in the gym. At the free throw line, Luke Jensen. For the tie, it is good. We're tied up.
And Gabe Larson coming back with 4 fouls.
And Larson, a player they want out there. 6.5 points per game for him, 76 assists. Will stay tied, though, as the second free throw falls into the hands of Gertis.
It'll be interesting to see if Lennox goes after Gabe Larson with those 4 fouls.
Driving, here they go, down
and
low.
Did.
And you saw just, you have to be careful. That gives Lennox the lead by 2. Not a lead change, technically, but, or do we count that as a lead change? It was tied. Trey Hansen drives, he's fouled. And actually, I'm going to take back what I said. That is a lead change, because technically Lennox wasn't leading. So now 5 in the 4th.
Wow.
Now
yeah, and they did. They went right after Gabe Larson with the 4 fouls, and he kind of had to back off a little bit.
And that's, it's smart basketball.
Yeah.
They're playing the game well. They're in it to win it. Foul called on Boston Katzer, who now has 4. Trey Hansen good on the first of 2. But now you wonder, is Vermillion, do you attack Boston Katzer? Next free throw ties it up. Timeout called by Coach Drake, a full timeout. As we're tied 41-41, 4:28 to play in the game. This one could come down to the final buzzer on ESPN Radio, FM 101.5, AM 1570. Vermillion streaming on YouTube. A great game on our hands. We'll take another 30-second timeout.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
Returning to the floor, what a great game we have. It's tied up at 41 apiece. 4:28 to play here in the 4th quarter. Tanagers and the Orioles going at it on our ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube. Winner will go to the Sodak 16.
You kind of knew it was going to be a shootout.
And what a game. It's been physical. They've let them play. Haven't really seen too many fouls on either side. We were only in bonus for one side for 1 quarter as Gertis brings it down low. Not the best shot selection. Fight for the rebound. It's in the hands of Trey. Trey got the rebound and he's fouled. I have Trey Hansen down for 5 rebounds now as Leighton Smith comes in place of Drake Mickelson. The foul was on Mickelson, his 3rd personal, team's 3rd. So Vermillion with the basketball, a chance for the lead. Trey crosses the half-court line, up to the three-pointer. In the lane for the lead, he's got it! Trey Hansen has been so good.
You have a sense that Trey is going to try and take this game over.
43-41, Vermillion in the lead. Orioles with the basketball. Driving as Katzer swings it out to Leighton Smith. Now Gertis. Back for the lead. 3-pointer is off. Luke Jensen the rebound.
Big possession here for Vermillion. We can run some clock, get a basket.
A
big possession.
A 2-possession lead would go a long way in this one. And now a foul called on Lennox. So Tate Gertis called with his 4th personal, team's 4th. This could be big, as any fouls besides possession fouls against Lennox will result in bonus free throws for the Tanagers.
And you just wonder how aggressive Trey Hansen's going to be here to maybe have him pick up his 5th.
Exactly. He works against Gertis. If Gertis is out, that's a huge loss for Lennox. Cerny nearly lost it, gives it up to Trey. He brings it back out. You still got time, 16 to shoot. 3 minutes to play in this one. Trey Hansen with the basketball, looking for some separation, struggling. Great defense there from Gertis. Now 7 to shoot. Hansen way downtown, off to the right.
And Gabe Larson was going in for the rebound, but then he realized that he had 4 fouls.
And now a turnover. Landon Cerny with the steal. Tanagers back with the basketball. Another chance for the 2-possession lead. 2:35 to play here in the 4th. 43-41. Vermillion leads. They want to punch their ticket to the Sodak 16. Trey thought about the step back, decided against it. Now Cerny. Cerny brings it up top. Dribbling it out now to Hansen. Trey steps up to the 3-point line. Misses it all. Cerny fights for it. You'd like to see a better shot selection there.
Yeah, good defense. Boston Katzer had his hand right in his face, and he's 25 feet away from the basket.
So the missed shot gives it right back to Lennox, a chance to tie or take the lead, just over 2 minutes to play. This game could not be really any better. 2:10 to play. Orioles with the basketball. Vermillion crowd getting loud, coming to life in support. Carter Hansen nearly had a hand on it. They swing it around for the lead. The 3, Aiden Hansen left it short. An offensive rebound, though, as Musser gets the and one. He ties it up, and a foul on the Tanagers.
I thought that foul was on the floor, and so did Coach Drake.
That foul is going against Carter Hansen. He's now picked up his 4th, but it's under 2 minutes to play. You've got to keep him in.
You do.
At the line, Tegan Musser, a chance to give Lennox the lead right back. It misses. And an offensive rebound, though. Musser stripped it out and gets it. That is a play you can't have for the Tanagers. Trey Hansen driving. He gets the and one.
Wow, what an aggressive move by Trey Hansen. Go to the hoop and get the foul.
As Lennox had just taken the lead, Trey will tie it up, and a chance for the lead. Who's the foul on? Aiden Hansen, so it's only his 1st personal, but now Vermillion's in the bonus. That is huge here. Hansen at the free throw line. He's got 21 points. 22 would put his team on top.
Yeah, free throws the rest of the way. That can be a big difference maker.
Hansen takes the lead.
Big defensive possession here for Vermillion.
46-45, Tanagers lead on top of Lennox. With it, Hansen. Aiden Hansen gives it up to Musser. Wants to drive it down low. Trey Hansen got a hand on it. He somehow scored it.
Yeah, great job by Musser getting to the hoop.
Lennox back on top, and now a body. That's bonus free throws for the Tanagers. Lennox crowd does not like the call. Tanager crowd loves it.
Aiden Hansen might want to be careful. He might get a technical foul.
A technical would not be what either team
would not
wants.
be a good thing right now.
As Aiden picks up his 2nd personal, Trey Hansen back to the free throw line. He's already made 7 free throws tonight. A chance to, once again, put the Tanagers on top. We've got 9 lead changes. He ties it up. This is as back and forth of a game as I've ever seen. We might hit 10 lead changes in this game. We will, actually, because we're at 9. Somebody's got to win as we're tied up.
We're going to have a lead change here.
Trey Hansen makes it 10. Tanagers lead 48-47. We're standing up, sitting down with the crowd, making sure we can see what's going on. Tanagers lead 1. 73 seconds to play in this one. With it, Leighton Smith hands it off here to Aiden Hansen. Lennox wants to use time, get a good look. Leighton Smith, open look from 3, a swish!
Big basket by Leighton Smith.
Tanagers trail 2. It's 50-48. They need points. Under a minute to play. Trey gets into the lane. Spinning. No good.
No call underneath. A lot of contact, though.
Lennox has the basketball, and now a timeout called. Coach Hinker calls the timeout for Lennox. It's a 60-second timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Again, we want to make sure you don't miss anything. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ Fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Back on the floor, 43.7 seconds to play. It's 50-48. Lennox Orioles leading the Vermillion Tanagers. They've got the basketball as well. That's not what Vermillion wants to hear, of course. But there is a 12.5-second difference between shot and game clock. The Tanagers with a stop could either tie it up with a 2 or take the win with a 3. We'll see as now crowd stands up again. We'll get back up here behind our table, top of the bleachers. Lennox basketball, now some full court pressure for the Tanagers. They'll ease back though. They don't need to foul yet. They just need a stop. With it, Leighton Smith. Smith trying to avoid the trap. Up top, a fight for the basketball. Aiden Hansen quickly gets there.
Oh, you didn't want Carter to foul though, that's 5.
And Carter Hansen will pick up his 5th. He is fouled out. No shot clock, or we'll see with the shot clock, excuse me. Carter Hansen is out of the game. His 5th personal, team's 4th.
Yeah, of anybody that you wanted to foul, it was not Carter.
You know, he reached around the back. You're going to get called on that about 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah, every time.
And that does turn off the shot clock. So
looks
now
like Spencer's going to come in.
Timeout called by Coach Drake of the Tanagers. Another full timeout. We're going to take our final break here in the 4th quarter. 28.5 to play. 50-48. Lennox leads the Vermillion Tanagers. Game on the line here, and a trip to the Sodak 16 for the winner when we return.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
Again, 28.5 seconds to play here in Lennox. The Tanagers trail the Orioles 50-48. Shot clock has been turned off, so the Tanagers will be forced to foul it out here. They have 4 fouls, so already any fouls will be bonus free throws for the Orioles. You've got to pick and choose who you want shooting free throws. You can't really be too picky, though. Inbound gets in as Tate Gertis has it. Gertis right back there moving the ball well. And now the foul. Spencer Blanchette picks it up, but, you know, that's a foul you need to, and bonus free throws coming up.
Yeah, you absolutely have to make that foul and hope they miss one, and then you get an opportunity.
So at the free throw line, Aiden Hansen a chance here to make it a 2-possession game. I wouldn't say that it would ice the game quite yet, as there's still 22 seconds. Tanagers hoping for a miss bad. First one is good. The Lennox crowd erupts.
Yeah, clutch free throw there. This is the clutch one.
This is the important one. Aiden Hansen to make it a 2-possession game. He does. Vermillion needs a score. They need it quickly. Trey Hansen sprints up to the floor, fires it way downtown, off target. Fight for the rebound, off on Vermillion.
Trey took the quick shot. I don't know if he really needed to take that quick of a shot, but it was unfortunately off of Gabe Larson and back to the Orioles.
Yeah, not the best look from beyond the arc there for the Tanagers. Leighton Smith with it, gets it in, as now the Tanagers are going to be forced to foul. Leighton Smith heads to the free throw line, and you got to wonder if he makes both, if that does ice this game.
Yeah, it definitely makes it very difficult to score 6 points in
11
less than 12 seconds, yeah.
And the foul going against Spencer Blanchette again. His third personal, and I believe Vermillion's sixth. It doesn't really matter at this point as it's bonus free throws. Leighton Smith at the line. Tanagers hoping for a miss. They got one. They've got one. They've still got a tough hill to climb, but that gave them just a sliver of hope. If you can get a three on the other side.
Yeah,
Leighton,
there's still a chance.
Leighton, the second of two. No good. It stays at 4. Tanagers need a quick score. They are not out of this one. Up ahead, way downtown. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound goes to Lennox. Is that a jump ball or a foul? They're calling a foul.
It looked like a held ball. It looked like Luke reached in there and had the ball, too.
So that will send Lennox to the free throw line. Foul goes against Luke Jensen, and with 4.3 seconds, you kind of feel like that might have been the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that probably is. Tanagers have played an impressive game today. I mean, considering the last time they played, it was a little bit lopsided, but, they came out with a game plan and executed it.
And Lennox not an easy team to play, and
man.
Musser misses the first of 2. The only issue is 4.3. Even if you have 3 more seconds, you still feel like you've got some hope. We'll see. As it stays a 4-point difference, 52-48 Musser. The next free throw does fall. Now a 5-point difference, and the Tanagers have to get it in. And with 3 seconds, Trey Hansen up the floor, lofts it up at half court, misses it. And the Vermillion Tanagers fall to the Lennox Orioles, 53-48. Lennox will be advancing to the Sodak 16 game next week. Unfortunately for the Vermillion Tanagers, that is a season. What a year it was for Coach Drake and his team. An impressive performance here on the game, as right now both teams an 18-4 record, as the Tanagers came in 18-3. Lennox Orioles came in at 17-4. Lennox gets the best of Vermillion for the second time of the year. Again, they'll advance to a Sodak 16 matchup. The Tanagers are wrapped up for the season. They fought here. It was a tough game. They fought hard, got back in. They trailed double digits and, just unfortunately couldn't pull it off. We'll have our final stats, our post-game show that's brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. It's all coming up here on ESPN Radio, as well as Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Are you ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood down at the
it's not just wood at the Lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the Lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the Lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the Lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion. Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals are your locally owned and operated ready mix and rental companies available in both Yankton and Vermillion. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? You can also get all your hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more for any job you need to get done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals as your concrete and rental equipment headquarters of Yankton and Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Now into our First Dakota National Bank postgame show. First Dakota, great banking is built on trust, and trust takes time. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey. Plus, a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. Well, the Tanagers just quite couldn't pull it off tonight. 53-48, they fall to the Lennox Orioles. Hats off, congratulations, Lennox, on the SODAC 16 appearance. You know, they're a very good team. They earned a hard-earned win today. And the Tanagers, unfortunately, wrap up their season, but it was a great season. 18-4, your final record. Your average game, you win by double digits. And what a season it was. A team that made the state tournament last year just couldn't quite get it done. And as we had said, Chad, that's Region 4A basketball for you. It feels like a state tournament in itself.
It really does, and it's felt that way all season. I mean, hats off to Lennox for sure. They played great. They came out with a game plan and executed it. Vermillion Tanagers, they came in with something to prove. I mean, they got kind of blown out at home last time they played, and they really came in and played the game that they really wanted to play at home. So hats off to them and all the seniors that are going to be graduating, and we'll see them, coming up here soon. We'll see a couple of them play baseball.
And those seniors for the Vermillion Tanagers, they include Cade Roovers, Landon Cerny, Carter Hansen, Sean Doan, and Carson Preister, as they have played their final game for the Tanagers on a basketball floor in a tight one against Lennox. And, you know, for me, it kind of felt like that first half, the difference was definitely offensive rebounding favoring Lennox, but we didn't see quite so much of that late in the game. It really just came down to Lennox made a couple of really tricky shots, and maybe on the other side for the Tanagers, a couple of shots that, you kind of wonder if that was the best shot in that situation. And I kind of feel like that was where the tide turned. And the Orioles, we said we were going to keep track. We had 11 lead changes in the fourth quarter alone. In 8 minutes of play, that's an average of more than a lead change per minute. That's about as good of a game as you get. Again, Lennox advances to the SODAC 16. Congratulations to them. We'll see. We chatted with Coach Jay Drake. He said if he's taking too long, to wrap things up, we'll see if we get a chat with him. But we do have some final stats here for the Tanagers. Landon Cerny ends the game with 2 fouls, 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. Carter Hansen did end up fouling out. He had 5. 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. And really, foul trouble throughout the way for Carter Hansen. Luke Jensen had 2 fouls, 12 points, 4 rebounds. A nice game from him. Gabe Larson with 4 fouls, 3 points, a rebound, and a block. Trey Hansen had 2 fouls, 24 points, 5 rebounds, and Trey Hansen put it all out on the floor. But, Trey Hansen, only a junior, so Tanagers are happy to have him back next year. And he'll definitely be the leader of the team his senior year, as he'll wrap up averaging over 20 points per game. He came in averaging exactly 20, got 24 tonight. I mean, that's a lot of points to score in the season, as earlier in the year we did see him scoring his 1,000th point. And Spencer Blanchette off the bench. He's the only bench player we saw for the Tanagers here tonight. He had 3 fouls, 2 points now. those 3 fouls, only one was really outside of having a foul at the end. Blanchette played some very good defense. You know, one of those players where it might not stick out on the stat sheet, but a very nice game overall from him. But it wasn't enough as the Tanagers fall to the Lennox Orioles 53-48 to wrap up their season. Chad, any, kind of final thoughts on what you saw?
I thought Vermillion would come out and do a little bit more press defense to start the second half, but they really didn't need to, because the defense that they were playing, just the slight adjustments that they made created a little bit of confusion for Lennox. So Vermillion was able to go on, a 10-0 run to start. Well, between the last couple minutes of the second quarter and the third, they went on a 10-0 run to take the lead. It was timely possessions, I think, is what it was for Lennox. Vermillion had the momentum and then just didn't make a basket to take a 3 or 4 point lead. And then Lennox was able to come back, and like you said, we had all those lead changes in the fourth quarter. It was really who ended up with the basketball last was going to win the game.
And I love that you say timely possessions. That's what it was. The Tanagers would just get the lead. They're up 1. And, it was going back and forth, each leading by 1. And then that big three-pointer up top hit by Leighton Smith. That one just felt a little extra as it put them up 2. Whereas the Tanagers, couldn't take the lead unless it was a three-point shot. And that's when we saw some of the maybe not as good shot selection. We'll take one final break here on our post-game show. We'll see if we see from Coach Drake otherwise some other area games going on, some score updates around the state. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
They put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Back on the floor, our final time here as we'll close things out, but some final scores around the state and what's going on in boys Class A. Of course, we just saw here Lennox, who was number 5 on the South Dakota Media Prep poll. Vermillion receiving votes, and, well, it was about as close as you'd expect from teams like that. Lennox wins 53-48. After the first quarter, Pine Ridge leads St. Francis Indian 20-17. West Central defeated Madison 53-44 in overtime. Sioux Falls Christian, that's going to be a tough team to beat. They defeat Dakota Valley 79-38. Those are the only games that have wrapped up here. And then a look at Girls A. Oh, well, I should know better. As Girls A, they don't have any games going on today. So some other games going on later today in Boys A. A good handful. Wagner will take on McCook Central Montrose. Hanson will take on Mount Vernon Plankinton. Winter will take on Macpaya Luta. Stanley County will take on Mobridge Pollock. Cheyenne Eagle Butte against Platte Geddes. Clark Willow Lake will take on Dual. And number 2 ranked Hamlin will take on Sioux Valley. That's Class A for boys. Now, later today, I've got another game coming up. The Yankton Bucks and their Sodak 16. They get the tall task of taking on the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. That will be on Fuller Digital streaming on YouTube, as well as here on ESPN Radio, FM 101.5, AM 1570. As I don't believe we're going to get a chat with head coach Jay Drake. He did give me the heads up. I do appreciate that, rather than, having me monologue and just try and make it. He said there's a good chance he doesn't make it up here, and after a heartbreaker like that, he's going to be probably talking with his guys, specifically his seniors, for quite some time. It's 2:30 right now here. We'll get you back to your regular programming on ESPN Radio and on Vermillion streaming on YouTube, used to being on Yankton's. On Vermillion streaming on YouTube, I'm Zach Spear, filling in for Michael Schumacher alongside Chad Peterson and Jen Ashley. Have a great rest of your day, and maybe you'll tune in and listen to some Yankton Bucks basketball starting at 6 tonight.